What if I told you that inside every single one of your cells, there's a code? A code that could predict your future. No, not who you're going to marry or what job you'll get, but something way more personal, your health. Today, we are diving into how AI is learning to read that code, and the results? Well, they're staggering. Imagine this. You're sitting in a doctor's office, and you hear those exact words. A prediction that's not based on any symptoms you have right now, but on the silent instructions written deep inside your DNA. And get this, this isn't science fiction anymore. And that's the big question, isn't it? Is this kind of technology a terrifying glimpse into a future that's already set in stone? Or is it the most powerful tool we've ever had to fight disease before it even gets a chance to start? Let's figure it out. Okay, so before we can even get into how AI is pulling this off, we have to understand the language it's reading. We have to talk about DNA. The easiest way to think about your DNA is like a giant 3 billion letter instruction manual. It's the complete set of directions for building you, for maintaining you. It's literally what makes you, you. But here's the thing, no two of these instruction manuals are perfectly identical. We all have these tiny little variations, almost like typos in the code. Now, most of them are totally harmless, but some of these genetic variants can act like a little red flag, hinting at a higher risk for things like Alzheimer's, heart disease, or even cancer. But, and this is the huge puzzle that has kept scientists up at night for decades, just because you have one of those risky typos doesn't automatically mean you're going to get the disease. So why do some people with a high-risk gene live their whole lives perfectly healthy while others don't? Well, it's because of this incredibly complex web. Scientists call this concept penetrance. Basically, having a risky gene is just one piece of the puzzle. It gets all tangled up with thousands of other genes, your diet, your lifestyle, where you live. It creates a picture so complicated that our human brains just can't see the whole pattern. But a machine can. And this, right here, is where artificial intelligence walks onto the stage. And trust me, it is a complete game changer. AI has this incredible ability to sift through all that complexity and find the super subtle patterns that we've been missing all along. You know, for years, we were using what were basically just fancy calculators. They were good, but they had their limits. Now, we have tools like machine learning and deep neural networks. Think about it like this. They don't just look at one gene by itself. No, they look at the incredibly complex dance between millions of data points all at once. This changes everything. Let's make this really concrete. Take the BRCA1 gene, right? Famously linked to breast cancer. The old way was pretty simple. You have this mutation, so your risk is high. The new AI-powered way is to look at that mutation, sure, but then also analyze millions of your other genetic variants, factor in your family history, your lifestyle, and create a risk score that is truly, deeply personalized just for you. And this is the incredible idea at the heart of a whole new field, precision medicine. We're talking about healthcare that finally moves away from the one-size-fits-all model and moves toward treatments and prevention plans that are tailor-made for your unique genetic code. So you're probably wondering, where does the AI even learn to do all this? Well, it learns from these massive projects called biobanks. Just picture them as giant, anonymous libraries of genetic and health data, all voluntarily donated by millions of people. Projects like the UK Biobank are providing all the raw material these AIs need to get trained. And the result of all that training, the jump in accuracy is, well, it's just incredible. You can see this metric here called AUC. All you need to know is that a score of 1.0 is a perfect prediction. These new AI models are getting scores over 0.85 for some pretty serious conditions. We are going from making educated guesses to making highly reliable forecasts. But, and this is a big but, this amazing power brings with it some heavy, heavy questions. We have to look at the other side of this, because the potential for this to go wrong is very, very real. Okay, let's just start here. If an AI model says you have a high risk of developing heart disease, could your health insurance premiums suddenly skyrocket? Could they even deny you coverage completely? Or let's take it one step further. What if a company could check your genetic predisposition for, say, a neurological condition before they offer you a job? This honestly shocked me when I first really thought through the implications. It opens the door to a brand new, scary type of discrimination. And this might be the biggest question of all. You give the sample, but a company does the sequencing, and an AI analyzes it. So who owns that data? That fundamental code that makes you who you are? Is it still yours? So, it's absolutely crucial to remember this one thing. A prediction is a probability. It is not a certainty. Your genes are not your destiny. Your lifestyle, your environment, the choices you make every single day, they still play a huge role in how your health story unfolds. But if we can navigate those ethical landmines, the future that this technology is promising us is nothing short of breathtaking. It's a future where medicine stops being reactive and becomes truly proactive. Just imagine this world for a second. A baby's entire genome is sequenced right at birth, creating a health roadmap for their entire life. AI models then continuously monitor their data, suggesting personalized diet changes or catching the signs of cancer years, literally years, before symptoms would ever show up. Even the medicine you take could be dosed specifically for how your body will process it. And all of this leads to a pretty fascinating and maybe even a little unsettling idea. In this future, your primary care physician, the first person you turn to for your health, might not be a human at all. It might be an algorithm. Which brings us right back to where we started. Now that you've seen the power, the promise, and the very real peril, I want you to really think about this. If you could get a report detailing all of your genetic risks for future diseases, would you open it? Drop a yes or a no down in the comments and tell me why. I am genuinely so curious to hear what you think.